Table Gaming. I'm Hope G. Lucky Sixes is over there.
In the house, bro.
Your house.
My house.
Which is the house.
To me, it is.
Yes. Yes. So, despite the fact that the last battle was me playing Saurian Warriors and me saying I'm going to be playing Saurian Warriors for a little while.
Yep. We'll hold you to it.
I had another battle and I didn't play Saurian Warriors.
What the hell, man?
I know. I'm sorry, okay?
You said for a while.
I know I did. But this is a special one. Not like Mega Battle special, but it's different.
Yeah.
Reason being, I played as my Orcs and Goblins against Infernal Dwarves.
What's special about that? I hear you.
What's so special about that exactly? And who plays Infernal Dwarves? I mean, StatRat sometimes does, but
quite a few players.
I suppose, yeah, true. But on the tabletop in our area, do we know anyone who plays Infernal Dwarves? Not so much. So there's no deployment or objective screen in this battle report because we didn't do a deployment and objective because this was a 2,000 point friendly battle for the same new player who featured in our 1 minute battle report.
Yeah,
short video.
Yeah, for anybody that's subscribed already, cheers. And you will have seen our shorts, little mini series going so far. And doing multiple things, one of which is a 1 minute bat rep, which we were quite pleased with. And if they were
pretty popular.
And we're going to be doing some more in the future,
Yes,
just for a bit of fun and to keep that going as well. So he
was the new player. He is. Yes, he's known as the Godson now. Whether or not you decide if that is a real link or just a name is completely up to you.
The bluff.
But yes, he was hot off that victory that he had. Oh, I've spoiled the 1 minute battle report.
It's a minute. Watch it.
Exactly. Just watch it.
Who cares?
If you haven't watched it yet, then
pause this now and watch it. It's a minute.
Do we have to be silent for a minute while they watch it?
No, they've paused it. They won't hear this bit.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Good. Yes, and so the Godson continued to take Infernal Dwarfs. This time he was devastated that I didn't allow him to take a Gargantula. Because obviously last time he was just using any models that we had to do a very quick battle. This time I said to him, pick an Infernal Dwarfs army with the models you own and let's see how we go. And he straight away went out for as many Immortals as he could.
Yep.
25 Immortals with Spears and a Champion. I gave him all the options for the unit, and those were the ones he fancied. Whether it's obviously this is a training battle, it's not going to be like your competitive Infernal Dwarfs. This is what he fancied and what he wanted to play with, so it's all good. And I was guiding him through the book as we went. I said to him, "Okay, that's you own your Immortals and you want them in the list." And I've got pictures of the actual models he used in this one, which is great. So what else do you want? And I said, you need a general. Overlord, have a general, and that pretty much comes with decent armor, and he comes with his keys to the Citadel rule, which means he can choose a magic enchantment on his weapon. So I just gave him blessed inscriptions during the battle.
Actually.
So I gave him blessed inscriptions because it's a good one to have. Whether it's the best one for keys to the Citadel, not a clue, but it's useful. And I said, right, do you want to play with magic this time or not? And he said, yeah, give me a taste of the magic phase. So, chose a Prophet of Asherak with Pyro and Alchemy as options. Went with Pyromancy because I explained to him that my army Orcs didn't have a lot of armor. So Pyro makes sense, and he was happy with that. He chose his spells himself, etc. So that was all good. And I said, okay, as well as that, you need core units. So he was like, okay, I'll just get one big block of Citadel Guard.
I like it. He's a blocky man.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's come out with literally 3 units and 2 characters, and the 2 characters in 1 unit. So
there you go.
Yeah,
and a rocket battery for
funsies. Just for a bit of pew pew. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, cool.
Bang on 2,000 points. I literally grabbed whatever models I had closest. So it was the Orcs and Goblins were on the table, and I literally came up with that in about 10 seconds. It ended up with me taking a unit of Nashadashers, though, which is interesting because I don't think anyone really takes Nashadashers.
No one's ever taken them in the history of Ninth Age, I don't think.
Exactly. So
maybe in 0.99.
Yeah, maybe.
The golden age.
Was it? I'll take your word for that. Yeah, so I literally just had them on the board and ended up with a Warlord, Iron Orc Warlord, Feral Orc Shaman with Thaumaturgy, 30 Feral Orcs, they're not Ed Bashers, Orc War Riders, Feral Orcs, 25 Nasher Herd, 3 Goblin Wolf Chariots, the Nash Dashers, and a Skewerer, which were all on the table at the time.
Sweet.
Eventually got to 2,000 points.
So an intro battle.
Yeah, I've got a lot more units than he has, obviously. So this will be a good taste of what happens on the battle. Here we are in the garage. We placed a little bit of terrain randomly as well. Played just a normal deployment. And there you go. For me, I've got my Wolf Chariots on the left, Feral Orcs in the middle with the characters, the Nasher Herd, the Nasher Dashers, Skewerer, and the Ball Boys on the right.
Cool, man.
For him, not a lot to go through, really. You got the Immortals, which you do get a close-up on in the middle. They're on the left. Rocket Battery in the middle, and the Citadel Guard.
Yeah.
I did give him hints in regards to the Rocket Battery being behind the hill, and would that limit his shooting? But he was okay with it, and we weren't spending a long time discussing tactics.
I like it.
It's all about just learning the basics, really.
Yeah, man.
Here are his very well painted Immortals, I think.
Yeah, very cool.
I mean, they're Mantic models, so yeah. I think they're pretty nice. With
the red bases. The red base is a nice touch.
Yeah, different. And then he used some of my models just to fill out his Citadel Guard as well.
Sure.
And my Rocket Battery, of course. And then a few close-ups of the Gobbo's work on my chariots, which is amazing. And Feral Orcs, obviously, that Gobbo painted recently. And the Nashers that Gobbo painted recently. And the Feral Orc Ball Boys.
Oh,
That's why they were on the table, So, he didn't paint these ones. They're actually painted by Tommy T. Pretty decent job there as well.
Yeah, man.
Don't know why I took 2 pictures of them. He actually moved up his Citadel Guard behind the rock. He wanted to get cover from the Skewerer. I said to him that might limit your maneuverability going forward for next turn because they're facing a rock. But no, he said he wanted cover from the Ballista. Fine. The Rocket Battery moved on to the hill. That was his plan all along because he was out of range. I actually got the range wrong on that. It was actually an Infernal artillery team which had a longer range than I thought it did. I thought it only had 18 inches at this point, which is why he chose to move onto the hill. But as it happened, I got the rule wrong, and he could have shot from where he was. So, who's the veteran here?
Yeah, right. showing him how things happen.
Oh no, yeah. The Immortals move up; they have nothing to fear. He casts. I stop Pyroclastic Flow, and he fails to cast Flaming Swords.
Fair enough.
Then in my turn, I move the Ball Boys up on the right, and the Nasher Herd as far forward as they can. The Nash Dashers forward a bit as well. He wanted to play that part of the hill on the end was dangerous terrain. Does it look like dangerous terrain?
Cool.
I mean, makes sense. Why not?
Yeah.
Friendly battle. So I was marching around that. Feral Orcs moving up, and so are the Wolf Chariots, all around the hill. And my aim is to, hopefully give him the threat of a counter charge of a flank charge from chariots, really, and what would he do about it? That sort of thing. I try and cast Hand of Heaven, and he stops it. I also got Smite the Unbeliever, which obviously is no use out of combat, so he can use all his dice just to dispel Hand of Heaven. He swift reforms his Citadel Guard to face the Ball Boys.
Oh, I like it. No flank charge.
I talked to him about what his options were, and with the Nasher Herd moving up on one side and the Ball Boys on the other, who was he going to face, basically, and he chose that direction. Good choice, I think. He gets Flaming Swords off on the Rocket Battery, and I let that go because I want to dispel Pyroclastic Flow. And for a rookie, he surprised me by saying, that means I can get Blaze off.
Good lad!
Oh, Jesus. Of course you can. And he does a wound. So he got me on that one. I didn't remember myself that getting Flaming Swords off meant that he could do Blaze. But yeah.
Here we go.
That one out, so yeah. And I do stop Pyroclastic Flow on the white dice. Yeah, I bossed that dispel roll.
Smashed
that was
it,
actually
bro.
what I rolled. His rocket battery with flaming swords does 2 wounds to my Skura. It's fine. And I move up my Nasher herd, taking a couple of wounds from the dangerous terrain on the hill. And I left him an 8 for his Citadel Guard because I wanted a chance to explain to him that's an above average roll, but if you make it, you'll kill my unit. But you have to take the risk in order to get the reward. Like, if you don't take the risk, then you won't kill my unit. So I could have played this more tactically and marched around his flank and not giving him a charge, but I was giving him an example.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Basically, obviously, I was hoping he would fail an 8-inch charge. So there's that. The Nash Dashers are moving up on the rocket battery as well. I'm liking that unit. The boing,
They're fun, aren't they?
Yeah,
they hard target.
Well, they're loose. There's
Should be
formation, so yeah.
In theory.
Yeah, at least one. And they fly, which is quite cool, as opposed to light troops.
Cool, yeah.
Which is light troops is fly, but and I'm moving up my feral orcs and my chariots. So he didn't move his immortals in his turn too, because he didn't need to. I try and get Spike the Unbeliever off and fail. Oh, he dispels, rather.
Because he's the green dice.
He's the green, yeah, you got to remember that. It's the flip on what I'm usually green, aren't I? But I do get Hand of Heaven, kill off 1 immortal. Actually, one thing that got me was it didn't occur to me to explain to him that characters need to go in the front rank. I just forgot that he wouldn't know that.
Oh, right,
and
okay.
So it took to halfway through the battle for me to realise that his shaman and his warlord are actually sitting at the back of his unit.
Yeah.
He didn't know that they had to go at the front. Why would he? So
fantastic.
I think he's got a full front rank of immortals here. But yeah. So he makes a 9. He charges. He decides
baby!
An 8 is above average, but he's going to go for it.
He took the risk. That's what I like.
Took the risk, got the reward. He makes the charge.
Yeah, man.
Play to him. Yeah. He moves his immortals forward a little bit because he's not scared of the feral orcs. I think he's now moved a character into the front.
For people watching is ruins, is it, or?
It's actually nothing.
Okay.
In terms, we're not playing it as anything.
Just scenic. Just makes
immersion. We'll soon move it out of the way. So yeah.
So just immersion.
Yep. And look at those dice in the background.
Oh baby.
This is his boosted Pyroclastic Flow.
Oh baby.
I mean, he rolled a fair amount of hits. I mean, it's 3d6 hits.
Yeah, because he went for the higher one. Yeah.
Yeah, he went for the higher one, and he rolled that. That's including the blaze.
13 out of 14 hits.
13 out of 14 on a 3-up.
Oh yeah.
He knows how to roll dice.
Kid's got skills.
Exactly. Yeah. So my Nasher herd was looking fairly good for a flank charge on their Citadel Guard. Now the Citadel Guard aren't there, and I've got hardly any of them left. Dolt.
They schooled you, bro.
Exactly. Do I dispel? I dispel this one, or do I? That's a bit close. Oh no, I do. I'm the white. Yeah, I'm the white.
You're the white.
I dispel flaming swords, but he gets 2 more wounds on the Skura. With the rocket battery. He doesn't care about the Nashers. He's just shooting the rocket battery. Skura.
Shoot the Skura.
Yeah, exactly. This, again, is another roll that he did. I think he was using... I can't remember what weapon. Did he have any Infernal weapons? So I think he was wounding on 3s because of charging with +1 strength on the charge.
So that's 16 hits.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. Get that...
Yeah. I think he had spears here.
Get that kid to a tournament. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. How did he have so many attacks?
God.
I don't know, but that's a hell of a roll. That is.
You got spears, right? Citadel Guard have spears,
got,
so fight an extra rank and a champion.
With a champion, yeah. It makes sense, doesn't it?
And if he's hitting on the 3s because of higher offensive skill to your boars, which probably does.
Yeah. Either way, we were amazed by how well.
16 out of 16, baby. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I did manage to kill 1 with the same agility boars, but yeah, those feral orcs are toast. They were always going to be fair.
Yeah, man.
Charge. And he reforms to face the action, as you would.
Absolutely.
So great move from the Citadel Guard. This was my dead pile compared to his dead pile, which is 2 dwarfs to my dead pile. Which, yeah, great stuff. And my Nashers now just charge the rocket battery. What else are they going to do? And I declare this charge because his immortals moved up, leaving me a flank.
And he weren't scared.
I think he may have gone for an ambitious charge with the immortals, actually, which is why I was in the flank. I don't think he gave me that flank.
Okay.
I think he charged and failed, but he needed.
So he's going for risks on both sides.
Yeah, he was going for a risk on both sides. One of them paid off. One of them ended up like this.
Yeah.
And I countercharge. I declare the war. I don't know whether I actually was nice and told him the war existed, or whether I just told him when I pulled it off.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember, but you know, I was getting desperate at this point. He's battering me. So yeah, or maybe I didn't even declare the war at all. I can't remember. Maybe the godson can comment and tell me whether he even knows what I'm talking about when I say.
He definitely needs to comment on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not cast Spite the Unbeliever because he dispels it with everything.
Dispelled, yeah.
Making some very good decisions on what to dispel and what not, because he knows I can't cast Hand of Heaven because I'm in combat. So I shoot my Skura and kill 2 Citadel Guard. The Nashers clean up the rocket battery. It's all good. So got those points. That's a third of his units gone.
Yep.
And I don't know what the dice represent. Oh no, I think this is his armor saves for the impact hits.
Oh, really? That's cool.
So I did 8 impact hits, and he rolls 4 6s and 4 1s. You know, it's just craziness. What dice can do.
3 up armor, are they?
Yeah. So I'm strength 5 up, 82. So
that's cool.
Yeah, but that's exactly what the dice.
That's a cool roll, mate. It's a cool roll.
Yeah. And this is the woundage, and this is also the end of combat, because Immortals are bodyguard, but the impact hits coming in the flank, doing a fair few wounds. The Ferals doing a few wounds, attacking before. Or was they at the same time as? Actually, I didn't think the Immortals might have been first because they had spears.
Sure, yeah, they would have, yeah.
But he didn't roll fantastically well with his hits, and I basically won by a fair amount. I think I haven't got a picture of the wounds the Feral Orcs took. I won by enough to make me win combat, but he's bodyguard, and he only goes and fails his discipline test, and we're not playing BSBs.
Yeah, right.
Because I didn't advance to that level.
That's the next one. That's the next
That's the next level is to play a BSB for a reroll, and he will want to play with a BSB for a reroll
after he's been burned like that.
Because, yeah, I mean, even bodyguard can fail that discipline test.
Yeah.
And I mean, my chariots run him down, the Immortals, and that massively changed the outlook of the battle. We were actually running out of time before we did this combat, and I said to him, we'll just do this combat and then we'll take a picture and we'll pick it up another day. But when he fails that discipline test,
yeah, sure,
he kills the Skura on his next turn with throwing with
good man.
Flintlock axes. I think he had actually.
That was a bit of a he wanted that one dead from the start.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
He picked his target early,
and this is pretty much how it looks. And we're really just taking the pictures very quickly now with our 2 minutes remaining. But yeah, I've got all those units left, and he's just got 1 Citadel Guard, obviously, left now.
Yeah.
He runs them away, plays the story out as best he can.
Absolutely.
I can't catch him, and takes a few wounds in the water, going for a swim. A fair few wounds, actually. There's the 8 1s he rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last picture. Kind of counted it up, kind of didn't, because it was 2,000 points, so it's hard to work out the actual score. And also the objective wasn't there. There was no objective. So I put it down as a 15-5 to Orcs, but it might have been less, it might have been more, who knows.
Sure.
But yeah, the Orcs pulled out a win thanks to a bodyguard failure, really.
Yeah.
Because I think if the Immortals hold without the impact hits on the flank the next turn, they probably ease out the combat, maybe.
Sure.
Depends how long the Ferals can last.
Ah, good fun battle. Nice little.
Really good fun battle, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Godson, if you are watching, you need to put on the comments your complete overview of the battle.
Yes. Absolutely, yeah.
And
So
let us
what have
know.
I lied about?
Yeah, right. What is
terrible
Hyper-G
things did I do
like?
to game you out on your first proper game?
Yeah. But also, what you would change about the Infernal Dwarves and everybody else? So this is a perfect opportunity to help a new player. What does he need to do? Obviously, it's only 2,000 points. When he goes up a few thousand or whatever, what does he need to consider? So get involved.
And he has got a big unit of immortals as his models. That is his army, and a few core dwarves.
Yeah,
that's what he owns at the moment. So they will. So yeah, advice based around a big block of immortals. Really, it's great.
And what ID do best and stuff. And we'll definitely pass all the comments on and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And if you're anybody else that's new and wants to play, then hit us up. We've done it a few times now. So we're very keen to get some new players in.
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that, guys. And we'll see you for the next one.
Yeah. See you later.